Are you a makeup baddie? Are you an aspiring MUA? Are you a beginner? Are you a professional? This is a flawless full glam makeup tutorial. Learn how to do it like a pro. Let's get right in. Welcome to my channel. Today we are diving into everyday full glam makeup tutorial that will have you looking like a pro in no time. Guys, please do well to subscribe to my channel, okay? Like this video and share this video. First thing I did was to properly cleanse the skin. This little thing I'm holding right here is called a mist. See, I still have a native on. I just got back from church and this is an appointment that I cannot say no to. This great woman of God, I cannot say no to her appointment section. It's an honor to have her here, and thanks to my friends that recommended me. Thank you, Ify. God bless you. Mwah. God bless all my friends and colleagues that keep referring me. Thank you very much. I appreciate you all. When I'm done with that, and then I went in with my beauty blender to just dab all of that in, or I'll use a mini fan, whichever way, both are perfect. And then I went in with the elf moisturizer. My client actually loved it. She asked for the details of this moisturizer, that she would love to get it for her personal self, and I really recommended this because it is very perfect and well hydrated for your skin to give it all the moisture you need. Okay, so I recommended that. When I was done with this, I allowed it to dry, and then next thing was moving to my primer. Okay, and for primer, our skin is oily, so I used a mattifying primer because she's going for her daughter's wedding, so she needs to be looking all glamorous with long lasting makeup. I also went in with the Mehron skin prep. Okay, the Mehron prep plus prime. This helps to keep your makeup in place, and it also helps to control your sweats. This is important for a full flawless glam. You can see how the mattifying primer is actually just matting those areas of the face, which is the T-zone, the forehead, the cheek, the nose. These areas that are shiny type is to give your makeup a lasting effect. And next is this foundation. I mix the Huda Beauty, the NARS and the L'Oreal True Match to have a perfect shade. And then this foundation, after mixing it, it looks as if it's a bit bright, but trust me, it's not brighter than our skin. You will see how all of this is going to melt into our skin, because long lasting full face glam is a foundation process you need to build on. And then for this foundation blending, I'm using this brush from a Nigerian brand, Yanga Beauty foundation brush. So all I did was I spray a fixing spray, a setting spray on the brush, and then I'm just blending that on the skin. As you can see, I start from the middle part of her face, and then I took the excesses on the foundation and blended it on her jawline downward, and then I'm just gradually going to go in with a beauty blender and make sure that I melt all of this foundation process into her face. See how naturally it's as if the foundation is oxidizing into her skin. Is it still looking as bright as it was initially? No. Went in with this setting spray. I just sprayed the setting spray. Check out the melts. This just take off all of the loud foundation effects you've been seeing. And it's time for your contour. Contour, I used 2 shades of foundation, a bit darker and warm on her skin. So I started at the bridge of her nose. Make sure those lines are straight, and I went to her zygomatic bone. At this point, she's showing with a wine, and I leave the rest. So that's it. Contour, blended the contour using a beauty blender. Now in makeup, blending is key. When blending with a beauty blender, if you notice anything like a patch, like it's like say it's taking off the makeup, stop. Use your brush. Sometimes beauty blender doesn't really go well with all skin type. Then it was time for my blush, and for the blush application, I used a liquid blush and I applied that at the top layer of her cheekbone, and the essences remaining on the beauty blender, I just blended that at the forehead, the hairline, and a bit of the tip of her nose. So you just blend gently while using a dabbing process, not pulling. Yes, it's going to clean off, rub off your makeup. Okay, so you just dab gently, like you're just tapping it on the skin, slowly, and you're good to go. Next, I went in with my Kevin O'Con concealer in the shade 08S8. So I just applied that on the bridge of her nose to create a pointed illusion, and then the outer corner of her eyes, under her eyes, for my highlight. So I'm done with my low light and my blush application. I'm just going in with my highlight under her nose. These are areas where light bounces on, and these are areas where I want to be properly highlighted. And so after all of that application, I just go into blending. I enjoy blending my foundation and my concealer using a brush, maybe because for me it just works well for me. But guys, please feel free to do what works for you. I'm just showing you some of the easy tips to my full glam makeup. Brushes work well for me, beauty blender also work well for me, but I like to start layering my products using a brush. Then I can now blend with a beauty blender when I'm done setting the entire look. Okay, so I'm just going to blend, and then the excesses on the brush, I came under the zygomatic bone and just applied the excesses on the concealer in the brush on the lower part of her jaw, and then I'm just going to blend all of that, and then the other excesses also are applied on her brow bone. At this point, my darling woman of God was already sleeping. She's tired, and me, by this time, I've gone to change my outfit, my native that I just came back from church with. I wore a t-shirt and a jean because I have another appointment after this appointment, and then I have to go back and attend my cousin's, my brother's baby's dedication party. One very important tip I'll leave you guys with is blend. While you are blending a product, if it's not going the way you want it, don't worry, just keep blending. Don't give up on your blending game. Okay, blend it, blend everything till it vanishes into the skin. Like, just blend. Sit down, balance for the blending, go enter, go shock you. And then I went in with my OPV setting powder. Man, this setting powder, the work be like magic. All the fine line vanish. The color, the texture of this powder is simply amazing. It just no, this powder is good. Go look out for OPV setting powder. It's a foreign brand, but the powder is good. The powder simply just made my highlighting process very fast because it just melts into the skin, and it's soft. The texture is fantastic. It's very pigmented, and in fact the rest is history. My favorite contour powder, which is the Queen Cover Gear mixed with the Morphe. So I'm done with my contour on the nose. See how our skin is looking so beautiful, a structure. In fact, the highlighter and contour actually do give a proper structure to one's face. And then I went under the jawline to just further contour and snatch those areas. This face gonna be looking all snatched. And then I also went in with my MAC powder to just also set the entire face for me doing the brows. And I went in with this PRO product from the La Vida brand. This is their new brow tamer. I applied that in the eyebrows and it didn't take me much at all. It is very good. Like, instantly the hair just dried down. And then I went in with my eyeshadow primer, the Ben 9 Clown. When I was done with that, it's time for contour again. So for the crease, I used the contour powder, which is the Queen Cover Gear, to just apply on her eye crease. I love the warmth that this powder brings to the eyes. Next is the Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette, and I used the shade pink on the eyes. The process was a very fast, easy one. I think one of the easiest, because all I did was apply the eyeshadow primer, and this Juvia's Place eyeshadow palette is very pigmented, so as soon as I take that product from using a fluffy eyeshadow brush, it just stick to the eyelid. No issue, no struggle, well blended, and we are done. You can see this is one of the fastest eye look I ever did, because sometimes using the right product make things work faster and easier for you. Yes, know the eyeshadow that work for you. And then I also went in with the Morphe eyeshadow palette that is also very pigmented, a little go a long way. As soon as I just applied it, it just work very well. I didn't even have to struggle. And at this point, she was sleeping, she was really tired after service and all of that, so I did not disturb her. Now, why I would have been able to cut this part of the video off, but the reason I'm showing you is that sometimes we makeup artists are not always comfortable when working, but then again, I think it's also wise for you to master how to work under pressure and under stress. Because on this day, I did makeup before going to church, came back from church, I have this appointment, I have another appointment before going for my own personal my brother's baby's dedication party. But you can see that I was bending, I was moving from all sorts of angles without even waking her up. At this point, I did not just want to wake her. For all my clients, this is how extra I can go, because ordinarily no one will just want to sleep under a makeup section. Okay, so it's either it just happened. And they used to say there's something about my hands. If my hand just touch you, they go say the hand is warm on their skin. The next thing I sleep. So what I could do now, make I wake her. I know this was how she was still like this. I did the entire eyebrow. You can see that part of footage was a bit cheeky. I said I go leave and put her like that. I drew the entire eyebrows to think it was absolutely beautiful and well sculpted. Man, God just helped me to trust the process. The brow was on fire. If I tell you for road saying I started draw the brow, you know to believe. So sometimes I also want to encourage those of you out there that have bad mouths, that know how to bad mouth things. When you see some makeup, sometimes don't be too quick to say what kind of rubbish makeup artist is this, what kind of rubbish work is this, because you really do not know behind the scene what must have transpired and how that look came to pass. You don't know. So just learn to give a nice compliment whenever you see anything, irrespective of how it looks. At this point, you can see that while she was like that, I did the other side of the brows. Then this other side, I used my other hand to hold her head for a little support so that it won't be shaky, because I need to create a balance. See the brows. See, working under pressure is another thing some of us makeup artists need to master and work on, because it's inevitable. Sometimes circumstances, things happen, and what will you see? Even me trip for the brow self shocked me by my own self. So that's that with the brows, and then it's time for highlight. The concealer I use in highlighting, that's what I use for our brow bones, and then blend all of that. And yes, it was time for me to use the gel liner. Me applying a eyeshadow or a glow on the tear dot, which is usually something I do to make the eyes pop more, especially for those with inner small eyes. Okay, so that's just what I'm doing. This is the Morphe glow palette, so I just apply on the tear dot. So that's it. So I just applied it, and then I'm just trying to also define under the lower lash line using this glow. So you can actually use a glow palette as your eyeshadow depending on what you want. For the lip, I use the Cosmetics. Okay, this is another brand that is very, very easy to blend. So I just applied that on it to blend. Man, I went in with the other shade of the lipstick. Both colors were from Cosmetics, and this is one makeup that I really felt blessed. And this is another thing I love about my job. I get to meet lots of persons, and I appreciate everyone that sits on my desk regardless of who they are, because it's an opportunity to meet new person each day of my life. So I'm grateful to God for the meeting. It was really a beautiful section, and I appreciate everything about this glam, truly, truly. And it's so fulfilling when you are done with the makeup and a client just keep complimenting you, telling you how they look, caring for you. And see, it's above just paying, collecting money. For me, it's above me collecting money from clients. It's everything, because by the time you collect money and you know really, I collect your money and you know really like the look, I go dey feel a certain way, like say I thief you, I don't am over your money, you know. So she just kept looking at the mirror over and over and over. Guys, I hope you love everything about this makeup look. Please do well to subscribe to my channel. And then I went in using the blush palette. I just stopped the blush palette on the lip because I needed a twist. I needed something to make her look like a pinky lady. Okay, so I just took a bit of the blush and applied on the lip, and it was absolutely beautiful, more beautiful. So there's no limit to what you can do with your makeup product. Don't just limit yourself to lipstick, only to lipstick. No, I use blush to do lipstick joint, so you know, like her, she loved it, as in a very beautiful section. Please, if you're watching up till now, I want to say thank you for watching up till now. I love you guys, and please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, please like this video, share this video, comment down below what kind of look you want to see on this channel. Okay, so I was just basically doing a final touch up to every other part and areas of the face. I went in with my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. This setting spray just melts all of those products into the skin. Man, this is skin on skin. Okay, and she loved her entire look. And while I waited for that to dry, I went in with my fixing spray, and this is the Seal It from So Pro. And like I said, most times people ask the difference between a setting spray and a Seal It spray. While waiting for that to dry, I went in with is a liquid glow illuminator. Prophetess K is all ready for her daughter's traditional marriage. Man, see how a woman of God is looking so beautiful and glamorous. Who tell una so they serve God not supposed fine? I beg you. So beautiful and peaceful, no stress at all. Okay, so I was just creating content for our Instagram and for our Instagram handles. But K does midnight prayer 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. midnight. Okay, I will drop our Instagram handles and our TikTok account below. Please do well to follow her. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed everything about this full flawless glam. I'll see you guys in my next video. Until then, stay blessed, be happy, smile often, and bye guys. Mwah.